Do you remember back in my prime when I used to do Rise of Nations videos, France, Italy, etc.? Well, guess what? I've decided to do that again. And why not, actually? Because, well, Rise of Nations is actually a good game. And what better way to do that than Germany? When I joined, I realized how many people wanted Germany. I mean, it's a popular country anyway. But basically, I ended up waiting here for like 2 hours, so I'm just gonna speed this forward. But what the hell's that? What the hell? We said, get the Deutschland to the greatest. That's not a German accent. So I spawned in, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what to do when you spawn in. So the first thing to always do is to get your motor factories ready. That's actually really good, because tanks are extremely helpful for the future. Technology, you need that, and maybe recruitment centers for manpower. And what I like to do at my capital is place a fortification and add artillery on top. Always keep your capital with infantry, like no matter any occasion. So Portugal now sends me alliance, and then Indonesia sends me a technology advancement. So situations like this, you would usually need allies in the starting thing, because like it's really useful to do that so that you can gain their trust and then slowly take them over there. So as I wait for my Netherlands declaration, ally, I do my technology advancements and I start making some very cool tanks. Okay, my factories are done. Ooh. And right off the bat, I already have factory problems, so that's not good. Okay guys, so here's my step-by-step plan to how I'm gonna conquer Europe. This is totally not gonna go wrong later. So at the start of every single round, you should always find NPCs that have big cities. If you're starting as Germany, Netherlands is a really good one, and then France and stuff, and like they're already good. You know, I'm just showing. And then I'll definitely go for superpowers next on the Balkans, and then I'll definitely go for Italy later. And I'll see what I do after that. What you do? Oh, okay. See ya! 10 out of 10. Foolproof plan. But what about other superpowers that want to be big? I'm sure Tyography will figure it out. Right? Right? Right, if you're new again to like Rise of Nations, you should always take your technology, because you get technology advancements over time, because you slowly gain points. Like you don't have to do anything for it, like over the round it just gets higher and higher. I also decided to pick my new flag, and I decided to go for a German Confederation approach because I like customization. Now, as for your troops when you're invading wars, always go for infantry. Not maybe tanks, but if you have a lot of money, then tanks is definitely a good option. But infantry spamming isn't really a good idea. You should always be strategic though. But if, for example, big countries like Russia, you should always infantry spam when you're starting the war. Alright, the Netherlands justification goes off here, and because it's an AI country, it's really easy to do, so I just went for it. Pause. Zoom in on Britain. This guy over here is gonna cause a lot of problems later. He tries to form the empire known as the Angevin Empire, which requires France part of my plan. I also noticed here there was actually a Netherlands player, but he later gave up almost instantly, and the Spanish player decided to sign a peace treaty with me. So yeah, it wasn't really that good at the game. Why would he play Netherlands anyway? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna accept this. Let's be friends, France. Forever. Now, I did the most stupidest move here. Instead of invading the United Kingdom, I decided to sign a peace treaty with him. So that ended up going very nicely. He invaded France, and that's when I realized that he was actually trying to form the German Empire. I later started invading Austria and focusing on the war in the Netherlands. Nothing really happens here, so I'm going to skip forward. But after this match, it starts getting a lot harder and a lot more intense, because I noticed that the Austrian Empire is becoming an increasingly problem. Belgium, I'm going to take over, but for some reason, the Austrian Empire knows exactly what I'm going to do, every single move, which is kind of annoying. So look, I take Belgium, and then he decides to go for Belgium. He has a lot more troops because I can't really handle my manpower properly. But yeah. And then we end up partitioning Belgium, which is totally not going to happen in the future. Skipping forward, my next NPC I would go for is Czechia. But for some reason I stretched out the Austrian war just a bit too much because I kept forgetting to move my troops. Yeah, I'm pretty stupid. But it doesn't really matter. And then I noticed that Angerman is going for Czechia and Poland, which means that I'm gonna get completely surrounded, which is and this isn't the start of it. He then does this to Russia, Italy, basically this part was literally just a whole bunch of stuff. I got into a war with Finland because Denmark and stuff, but I later gave up. I also finally invaded Austria and I overtook Romania, but I think you might understand what's been happening next. Oh yeah, for some reason I was struggling on Austria, but the only reason was because I literally couldn't be bothered to make troops. And just as you expected, here comes the Anglo-English Empire stealing the land again. I should have taken them when I had the chance to. Oh yeah, I've fully turned into the German Empire here, marking what I call the Sigma region, and also just promising that I'm actually going to use the German Empire flag because of the thumbnail. Yeah, I'm not a clickbaiter. Oh yeah, also Liechtenstein invading Switzerland. I found it very shocking. And I'm still at the war with Czechoslovakia, Czechia, which I didn't notice yet, but like for some reason the NPC didn't accept for me to annex anything because it was already done, so yeah, that's why I end up the guitar buddy. Alright, so I think you already know what my next invasion will be. Here is my plan. I obviously bordered Italy at the top, but however I've got another set of forces arriving near Naples using the Mediterranean, as you can see in this video. And that's basically about it. That's all I have to say, and I think you see what happens next. Oh, would you look at that? They're already here before me, and then now they're taking the bloody Italy Peninsula. I'm slowly crashing now. However, the good news is that I managed to take Rome because of my extra forces, and that was basically about it. Oh, they carried me. No, I'm just vibing to this music. And then my last and final plan was to invade the big fat Russia, but would you look at that? They're here. The Angevin Empire forces. Which is not surprising me at this point because they had a great advantage. And I just took patches of land with Russia, so that was more or less about it, and I left shortly after.